I'm Celeste, and welcome to Find New Purple. Today is day 21 in SSSVEDA, a video every day for the month of August. And this month I've been kind of talking more about diet and health and what I'm doing in that regard. But it's interesting to me that in 2016, when I opened the door in my life to change, and literally it was just a conscious decision, I want to change. I didn't expect it to go this direction. Never intended to become a born-again Christian, never intended to become a plant-based eater. In both cases, I was kind of judgmental about vegans, and I thought it was extreme, and I was usually turned off by people who said they were a born-again Christian. So it's interesting to me that within a few months of each other, I made those major shifts in my life. Now here I am 2 years later, and I'm making another shift in the health arena, going to juicing and other forms of healing. I just bought a rebounder from one of my clients. She's selling her home, and here I am trying to get rid of things, as I mentioned a few weeks ago, but yet I bought a rebounder. And I have it in my bedroom, and I did it this morning, and I'm going to do it for, I think, consistently for a month and see how it goes. It's tied with all the cleaning out I want to do of my adrenals and my blood system and all of that, and a rebounder is, I guess, documented to be a really good way of getting everything flowing again. So I did do that today for the very first time for 20 minutes, and it wasn't bad. So it was more of a success than that Pilates chair that's still sitting in the corner of my room that I bought a few months ago. But it kind of brings up the point of, am I really changing? Yes, I've changed my diet. Yes, I go to church on Sundays. Yes, I read the Bible every day. But am I really changing? And people need to be able to see the change, I think, in terms of your faith. Now, in terms of my health, I'm easing into it. I'm getting cleaner in my diet than I was when I first started with plant-based. But you could open my refrigerator, and what I have now is totally different. You can look at what I eat. It's totally different. You can see my pattern, my routine in the day, totally different. And my body, I think, is slowly starting to change, and I'm able to see some changes based on that. As far as my faith goes, you can see Sunday mornings is different. Reading the Bible in the morning and how that fits in my schedule is very different. What I watch and what I read is very different. How I think is different, but can other people see that change yet? My daughters can, because they're around me a lot and we have conversations. So what I talk about is different. In the community groups is different, but if a stranger on the street saw me, would they see Jesus in me? Not yet, I don't think. And that's not a good thing. I need to get more, I have to have my faith on the outside. I think in the Bible, Jesus talks about giving your testimony and sharing the word and all of that, and I'm not good at that at all, partly because, and maybe it's an excuse, but partly because I hated people knocking on my door. I hated people coming up to me on the street. I hated, that kind of intrusion in my life. Why? I don't know. I've been in a group class or something, and then part of it was at lunch, go out to a store and then walk up to people and try to share your faith. And they were typically walking up to people that had health issues. Now, I was very uncomfortable in that environment, and I felt kind of we were attacking them, and again, maybe because I felt attacked when I was on the other side. So I've got a lot of work to do in that category, because I admire people that are so strong in their faith, they're willing to put themselves out there. And there are times when I'm talking to people in a conversation. Now I have expounded on it once in a while if the situation came up, but I've never instigated it. And there's times where I've wanted to say something and I was held back, mainly because I'm afraid I'll offend them, turn them off, that kind of thing. So when you make changes in your life, you make the change, But most changes, you want to see it. You see evidence of it. So you really know the change is happening from a deep part of who you are, and your health and your faith and your vitality and your emotional being and your relationship. Because again, if your relationship partner isn't seeing a change, then you can read all the books you want, but if the relationships around you aren't seeing it, then you're really not changing. And I think I've got to make more of an effort to make sure people on the outside are able to see something different. Maybe they can't put their finger on what's different about me, but I would hope they're seeing some sort of change. So I'm going to work on that. But anyway, that's it for today. As always, grab your cup of tea, sit back, and let's start sharing. Until next time, bye-bye.